Ish, yeah. Hey everybody. Sorry, I thought Levi was jumping on here. He must not have seen my message. I'm busy cooking because my original plans for dinner fell through. Um, the chicken that I was going to make my food with did not did not survive the day and wasn't available. So I'm cooking up ground beef and beans and making myself some quick tacos. Just need a minute here. I gotta strain the meat. No one can see you. It's fine. All they can see is me, Kaylin. In fact, you're not even in. Okay. All right. I gotta strain the meat real quick. I'll be right back. What? What? You can go past now. You're a liar. I'm a liar. Why am I a liar? Sorry, everybody. What did I lie about? They couldn't see me. Okay, well, nobody cares. I'll be ready to switch back over to my office here in a second, everyone. Just getting the spices on here and getting it figured out. Yep. Allison's back there. Um, did Levi comment? Is that where you're saying at, Levi, Ellie? Yeah. Oh, Levi Markin. Okay. Yeah, sent a message to Levi and asked him to hop on live. Started up at 9 because I was busy, but he must not have seen that. He responded to other messages sent after it, but I'm betting he didn't read all of them, or was busy or distracted or something. Not a big deal. He'll hop on when he's ready. All right, there's some cumin, and then let's do some garlic powder. That is John cooking. Yep. It is really weird to hear my voice coming out of Alien's phone right back there. Hi. I see myself. Is that okay? Yep. Okay. Because you're fine. In multiple ways. All right. Someone asked about Warforged. Fear not. I have the wash your sister sauce. I hate calling it that because I can actually pronounce it, and it drives me nuts when people say that. When they say it intentionally. When they're saying it jokingly, whatever, doesn't matter. Let me get that down here to the comments. I'm missing the comments already. No, phone, no. Sorry, my phone stand failed me. Yeah, ghost pepper powder and I don't get along. Extreme spiciness and I are not friends to begin with, so ghost pepper sauce is not going in my food at all. At all. Hardcore player, the nice lady is my wife. Nope, not gonna cook the phone. It just fell off its little perch there. I'm gonna get a bowl. All right. Put this stuff in the bowl. Alan, can you text Kate and let her know there's some ground beef and beans if she wants it? Thank you. There's about half a serving ish left. All right, we'll take that off the heat, and my kid can have that if she wants it. All right. Sorry, I'm missing stuff. No, Napa does not need the mimic shits again. You were right. He is not allowed to cook. He is not allowed to cook.
Yeah, just John.
Just John cooks. And Levi.
Yeah, definitely Levi.
All right, let me get my. I got a little bit of rice for myself. Not a ton, but a tad. And let her know there's rice too.
She's on her way down.
Okay, cool. You've had some of the rice, right? Came out good?
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
Yeah, rice.
Let me get a small. I want to butter it, so I'm gonna get a small bowl. A little bowl here. All right, cool. Okay. So we'll get this one here. All right. Sorry, everybody. I'll be back in a second. I'm not trying to ignore all you.
Yeah. I did. It probably didn't sound.
Just so you're aware, Kate, I'm live so people can see you. It's not gonna hurt you.
Where are you filming?
Right there.
See your phone?
You want to go say hi? You can.
I waved into it.
Okay.
Where's the beef?
Oh,
On the stovetop.
hello?
Hello.
Are you cooking?
I am cooking. I sent you a whole message about it. Didn't you see it?
I sent you a message. I asked you to start the live at 7 your time. Since cooking, did you see that? I was in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Is it okay if I just take a
Yeah. Take one. Yeah, I saw a message from Zena at 9:06 my time, asking if we're gonna start the live, and I'm like, ooh, Levi may not have seen my message.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Did you have the mimic shits?
No, I had the mimic concept. Yes, baby. Yes. You could say hi to everyone else.
I'll switch over to my computer here in a minute when I'm done getting this ready.
Same day we got to have
So
a cook-off, Levi, the legendary leader of the Mutant Kid in the Army versus someday we got to have a cook-off. He'll lose.
Dad,
What?
do you think it would taste better if I put these in the same bowl?
What?
I think it would taste bad if I put these in the same
I don't know. Try it.
This is what I'm going to say to this. As much as I love Chris, if it was as even of a battle as you could possibly make it with cooking, meaning we all had the same tools, the same ingredients, he would still be fucked. Because the experience level. I know that he's got plenty of experience cooking, but the level of experience is massively different.
I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. I make mean eggs.
You make mean eggs? Well, it would be like if you put me and you in like the transportation industry, if with both of us the same tools and everything, you would outperform me. Let's be honest.
Correct.
That's all it is.
All right. Let's go. Now we grab a little
You think
bit
it
of
depends on what type of? No, Debbie. This is what I'm meaning. I have a degree in culinary arts. I have several years, over 10 plus years as a being a chef, variety of positions. I've worked every single position in a restaurant that you can work. There's like if you were to make it as even as possible, same food, same quality of cooking materials, person to help or so. That's assuming you even give somebody to help. The level of experience is different. I'm often cooking with like half of the shit I need to cook with. You guys have been, some of you have been in the live streams when I've like planned big dinners and gone and made a bunch of stuff. And I still like do shortcuts because of the pain I'm experiencing. But if I have like as much time as I want to cook, I make some really good meals. And that is because I can prep it, sit down and relax, stop being in pain, work some more, maybe lay down on a heating pad for 5 minutes, get back up, repeat that pattern. We're going to have a lot of people pop in here and talk about Chuck Norris.
Yep.
So
Yes, we are.
Iron Chef Kitchen. I don't want to do competitions with cooking again. I've done a couple of them. I'm not a huge fan of them. Can you afford the level of ingredients? Ouch, eighth. That's again, that was along the lines of what I was saying. It was like if we got the same stuff. People don't cook for me very often, and I tend to be very, very nice to people when they do cook for me because of that reason. I'm not a dick to somebody who's like, if I don't like your food, I might still eat it.
Might. I might still eat it, but I'm not a dick.
I'm not gonna say I would, because it has to be pretty bad for me to be like, no, I'm not gonna eat it. Now, if it's bad enough that I don't want to eat it, you will hear about it from me. But if it's like, this is a home meal, I'm not gonna bitch about this. If I start thinking, I wish they would have cooked the chicken longer, I wish they would have browned this and everything, I'll keep my mouth shut.
If you've made a meal that would cause Gordon Ramsay to call you a donkey, I might take a bite. Okay, I'm gonna hop off and then I will jump on my computer instead.
All right. He has a point. Who has a point? Debbie, same here. That's why Tuesday made it to cook a savory chicken. Taco. I only cook Mexican food, pastries, and Debbie. I cook everything, including the diabetes. There's a recipe I have for you guys that is a heart attack in Rice Krispie form. There was a thing I made for a bunch of senior citizens way back in the day. I looked up a recipe for something that would be like nice, soft, and chewy. That didn't necessarily mean like your basic Rice Krispie stuff. And I was like, what could I get them that would be nice, that they'd be able to have maybe a little bit of crunch, but they would be able to eat still. And it was its nickname was Death Bar or something like that. It was like Death by Sugar, effectively. It was like 10 cups of sugar, 10 cups of corn syrup. I'm like, so sugar and more sugar. And then you add other ingredients from there. You add your Rice Krispies or your whatever binding agent is essentially what it is, because you could use oats, you can use Krispies, you can use any type of cereal, to be honest. We had a bunch of Rice Krispie, so that's what we wound up using.
So, and a couple things to show people.
I made caramel, and then I made chocolate. We did a mixture of dark chocolate. We did a mixture of caramel, dark chocolate, and then what was that other one? I think it was a strawberry. And then we had an actual Rice Krispie as well. But the Death by Sugar bars was always a big hit because they're just basically sugar and cereal. sugar and more sugar. That's essentially what it was. I did the calculations, and a tiny bar about the size of this floss right here. This is like a travel floss. Everyone kind of knows how big that is, right?
Yeah.
A bar about that big and about that thick, mind you, was about 500 calories.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you were not supposed to eat this. I had to actually warn the staff because they were giving it to senior citizens. And I was like, hey, when I brought this up, I was told to go ahead and make it and bring it here. But I would like to point out that they really shouldn't have more than one, because I know that there's some people here who probably have diabetes and you're going to kill people.
So I got myself a nice brand new villain support shirt.
Oh, you got new merch. Yeah, I remember seeing that order thing.
And I bought one of these.
You got one of the trauma?
I got one. This is just the regular one.
Oh, wait, you didn't have one yet?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Also, it's time that we introduce Nappa's friend to the stream and name it.
It's Moopsy. It doesn't need a new name. It's Moopsy.
You press the paw and it makes a sound.
So did you see the ending scene I described?
I did.
Give me 1 second.
I
here.
wanted to. Irving, that sounds amazing, and I would fall asleep right afterwards. I don't know Poppy's playtime at all, so I couldn't say yes to that without looking into it and figuring out what we could and couldn't do.
Same here. There's a lot to that at that point. And that ending is one of those things where it's more in the extra scenes of filming than anything.
Where
my worry is like getting up on the chairs quick enough.
I promise you I can't, and my chair probably shouldn't be handled that way. I'm already at the upper limit for my chair.
Oh, okay.
Also, it's gonna be really hard for Nappa to be flopping in the wind.
When I said flopping in the wind, it's like this. Like you're just flopping more aggressively.
I will do my best.
Well, with the you had the flopping aggressively with the slow mo, right? The flopping in the wind is more like you've calmed down. Did you get it? You just kind of like loosey goosey, but floppy. So flopping in the wind. Think like if you were to put a piece of paper and it's like a light wind, that's effectively flopping in the wind.
We'll do what we can, but yeah, jumping on the chairs is not something I can do.
Is there a way? God, that sucks. If there was some way to like action sequence wise, if we blur you and then boom, you're on the chair. We blur me, I'm on the chair, whatever, it would work. But
I can't even physically get on the chair like that.
Oh, okay. Do you think you could still send me a scene of Moopsy basically sitting up, like they're gonna stand up and go? Like, so all it would be I got a little guy here, would be this.
But so that they are quadrupedal, so they wouldn't stand up. And also he's got his surgery scar here. That's where the noisemaker is.
I get that. Don't worry about that. People are gonna see a stuffed fucking animal and are gonna have suspension of disbelief at that moment. Okay, so
what I can do is I can have him sit here and look at the camera and go.
I would also like to point out the Moopsy does actually go stand and jump.
Now I gotta watch the video again.
I only watched the whole episode. What do I know?
No, just a bit.
So there's the thing, Dark Wolf, is that some of our videos are not doing as well as we would like to, despite the fact that, in all honesty, they're not bad videos. It's just we're not hitting the trends, and so we're not getting pushed. Like Constantine versus Voldemort Part 2, although it did okay at the start on YouTube, it's not doing well enough to justify what we spent on it. And it might pay for itself over time, so give it a little bit. But it is like views have been down across the board, and they're down enough that it's a concern. Poppy's Playtime is super popular. Like, we've only got 600 views on the Constantine versus Voldemort short. but everyone is watching it. Everyone that is watching it is watching it all the way to the fucking end because they're getting that last scene of me eating the chips.
It did not stand up to jump. It just lifted its front paws and leaped forward at an angle. At no point does it get fully up on 2 feet.
I wonder if I can pull up that whole episode. Right there. So he literally launches itself with its back paws.
But it doesn't get up like this.
That's just
It pulled one of these.
I can't have the music. Is that the only part that they decide to show? And that's him flopping around. That's actually perfect right there because it actually shows him using muscles that exist. Okay, here we go. I'm not sharing audio. Oh. So he's literally making that thing flop around with his back legs. I wonder if I can see. This damn. Go away. That right there. Up. He can. And there's other scenes in the. Can you hear me? Okay. Tobias really liked the episode. I would not be surprised if he wants to rewatch that episode again. So all it would be Moopsie, and that's it. For that particular scene, and then I can wind up because it goes you have that, yeah, I think so, and maybe I laugh at some point during that, like the awkward, like, oh my god, we just escaped death type of laugh. There's a beat, and then Moopsie on the floor. Moopsie. And then we get that scene of John, Nappa, and Levi screaming. If that's Levi jumping on the chair and you trying to get away, and Nappa vigorously flopping, trying to flop away, I still think that would be really funny.
What if hold on 1 second. I have an idea.
The guy from Buffy died. What?
What guy from Buffy?
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Who?
Nicholas Brendan.
Xander?
Yeah.
Dang.
He had some controversy. Still, I don't think
Really? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. But apparently he died in his sleep from natural causes. He had a heart attack a few years ago and had a heart defect, and he just died in his sleep. Wow.
I'll say this.
2 people.
Typically, not always, but if someone has a cleft lip, which he did, there's often heart issues as well.
Was it not?
Not always.
Why does that have to be one of the first things that people are searching right now? Like, I went to just type in his name so I could get his IMDb, and the first thing is Nicholas Brendan controversy, the Nicholas Brendan twin, the movies and TV shows. If it hadn't been for NCIS, I really wouldn't have known about the whole like stuff that he was embroiled in. Was that NCIS or was that CSI? I don't know, it was one of those. Was it NCIS? No. I need to find out if, or was that Criminal Minds? It says Criminal Minds here. I think it was Criminal Minds. No, it was Criminal Minds. Yeah, it was Criminal Minds. That's what it was. Working over 2026 is working overtime on celebrity death. Yeah. So we have a pretty hard rule where we don't monetize somebody's death, right?
Yep.
So we're not going to do for everyone asking us to do content about Chuck Norris or Buffy and that kind of stuff. It's not going to happen for a while. I already talked to Chris because Chris found out and told me, and like, we can't do Chuck Norris jokes, and I was like, no. He loved those jokes. We absolutely need to do those jokes still. That's one of those things where people, like, if you go into the comment section of every video where where it's announcing that he passed away, it is nothing but Chuck Norris didn't die. He just went to go knock on heaven's door, or Chuck Norris didn't die. He took over death's job, so on and so forth. A bunch of those versions of jokes are just there. It's just hundreds to thousands of those exact type of jokes with quotation marks around it. Whoa! Why did you?
I'm making some suggested changes.
Oh, it's your script, right? I didn't write this, did I? Did I write this? I think
I wrote it.
You wrote it. Yeah. Well, this is one of the things I said too, is like the Ultimate Showdown, Ultimate Destiny. This morning, you guys pointed it out, and I was like, oh shit, yeah. The lyrics of an immaculate chorus, angels sing out an immaculate chorus, and down from the heavens descended Chuck Norris. It's a prophecy. Why are you changing it to where I'm holding the gun already?
Because shouldn't you recognize what it is and grab it immediately?
Well, that's the reason why it's the pull out the dimensional. Like, this is a Napa walks in. Like, Napa walks in.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah. So, dark master sword, but with broken thingy because stuff happened. A cat knocked it over and broke it, and I honestly don't know where the part is now. Lightsaber, stuff, and chainsaw. I love how I just say stuff. Yeah, there's going to be over the next couple days. Both me and Chris recognize that like this would be a good opportunity to put out a video. 100%. It would be like for our channel, especially with the fact that we've done a lot of Chuck Norris joke stuff. But when Akira
Toriyama,
I was trying to make sure I said his name.
Yep.
Passed away. We had this discussion, and we were like, "Well, let's go ahead and do the month thing," because we both agreed that was like the father of modern anime.
The big difference is, I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The big difference is we're talking about doing a month of Dragon Ball and Toriyama manga ideas versus a videos about the actual person.
Yeah. And even then we were like, probably not going to do that again. We had a moment where before we had finished the Borg series, the Borg Queen, the person who played the Borg Queen had died, and people were like, "Hey, you should do a tribute." And it was like, we really shouldn't. But like this video, I'd spent like 20 some hours editing that video. This was before I had as much experience in editing as I did, so everything took me longer because I was still learning it. And it was like, I really don't want to hold off on putting this video out, but we don't have another video that could be a tribute. And it was at the time that we had been doing a lot of Borg stuff. So absolutely, we kind of felt like it was necessary. We haven't done anything with Chuck Norris in a few months. Last thing we did was the John Wick versus Chuck Norris video, and that popped like last year, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, October 17th, 2025 was when the original one dropped. And then it took forever for us to actually get the shorts out. And it did 500,000 views. Or no, that's watch time. Never mind. It did 13,000 views. I think that's one of those where that might be one of those series where we leave it. Oh no, it did 140,000 on the short for part one. Part two was 78,000, and part two got dropped on January 13th, several months later, and still did really well. The issue with part two was we were prepared for people to jump in and do their suggestions, and we were going to take from those suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
No one fucking did that. It did not produce what we thought it was going to produce.
If I can be, I think this one today isn't. This one may do what other videos have done, and like a day or two later, all of a sudden start popping off. But the thing with this video today is there's no context for what's going on when it starts, other than the title.
John Constantine video? I was
There's
talking
no.
about something else.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about the video today.
On YouTube, it did not perform too badly, given like how all our videos have performed lately.
Right.
But 100%, I agree with that. I was like, it's really hard to have context here outside of the one thing, and this was because a bunch of people requested it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't come out in the time frame it needed to. And even if I had, with how long it took me to edit the sounds in, I suppose with how long I got it, we would have had it out in time. That much, I would have had it out within a week. That's losing momentum type of deal. Now, there's still a good chance that this video will pop off, and the context that is there is for at least for YouTube, it is linked, so people are watching that video, grabbing the link and going and watching that, right? The dentist sketch, it bombed. Yeah. Objectively, it was a good sketch, but even when I was making it and looking at it, and I was like, this isn't bad, but this is very much for the fans. This is a people who come to our channel are going to watch this. People who know our channel are going to watch this. People who don't know our channel are not going to really understand these characters, because it wasn't made from the even though I changed the title on YouTube to Even Sayings are afraid of dentists. One, I have no thumbnail for it. I don't have a short to lead anything to it. I don't even know where I would cut the short on that, to be honest. But everyone that knows our channel, that's popping on and keeping an eye on the new videos, they're watching it and looking at it. I really hate the fact that I know a video is good. It objectively follows the correct patterns. It has a good opening line and everything. But looking at it and going, this isn't going to perform well, even though it's a good video. And I have to accept that, because I know that it's not being made for the general audience. It's being made for a very specific audience, which is our fans. And if our fans don't know it exists, it's not going to get seen. And we are at the mercy of the algorithm and the people who check our account. And when we haven't been posting as continuously as we normally have for, the reasons, you guys know my health issues I've been having, and Chris has been busy, then it's going to suffer. That was the reality. And I love that everyone that watched it liked it and watched it all the way to the end. I hate it when it doesn't get watched.
Yeah. Are you back on the script real quick?
I never took it out. I'm still, and I just lost it.
The trademarked line doesn't work.
Where are you at?
Second page, where you say "Hasta la vista, Moopsie."
That's because I was originally supposed to say something else after that. I don't know what happened to that my other line.
The concern, the reason I say it doesn't work is because it's completely out of place. And even if there were a justification for it afterwards, it has no bearing or anything to do with the rest of the sketch.
Right above you. That's just a fourth wall break.
Right, which we don't need, because there's no other ones in the video.
It's the only one. Period. It's more of a joke for the fans type of deal, and it's a very common joke. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, Moopsie. And hey, that's trademark, and then I'm supposed to say something else while firing. Is just a joke in there to it doesn't slow down the scenes technically. It's literally just supposed to be that little nod to everyone that's watching, is that we're all nerds. We've all watched Star Trek, Terminator, all this shit. It's just a nod to this style of, you got to remember, I'm pulling out a giant fucking thing
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
that's
understand the context. I understand why the joke is there. You don't need to explain it to me. I just don't think it works.
piece of gravy. It's your sketch. So if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. I'm just telling you the reason why I wrote it in there.
I know.
Technically speaking, I'm supposed to have one more line after that while I'm firing, and it's supposed to be die Moopsy instead. It's supposed to be I'm supposed to be correcting myself. And technically speaking, also when I start saying it, I'm supposed to be interrupted. Then you say that's trademark, and then I correct myself. But everyone here, it's not necessary. It's just a nice little nod, is all it is.
Let's leave it in and see how it looks with the final product.
I've cut lines that I've written before. I've cut lines that you've written before because they didn't fit when we were editing. So. And at this point, it's too dark for me to film this anyways. I mean, I can fix some of my lighting.
It's too dark for you to film?
I can, but like for this type of deal, we want to have where we want those minor details to be seen on camera.
What minor details?
I'm gonna be freaking pulling out a giant gun, mind you, a Nerf gun, from thin air. I would suspect you want to be able to see that scene decently.
I think okay. Let's do a test with it real quick.
I have it up here. I think it's upstairs right now. Kiddo's gonna go and grab it. Take a look at it.
All right.
So I have a couple Nerf blasters. That's not the problem. And if I'm pulling out the giant one, here's the deal. I'm gonna show the script. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I were to do this line, I would right here, the Hasta La Vista Moopsy line, right? Even if I'm interrupted, I would love for me to go to do the line, and I go from being, I see the glint in its eye, it's hungry, shoot it, Hasta La Vista. And this is very reminiscent of early YouTube thing where the character completely changes. It's also reminiscent of pretty much every parody video that makes fun of pop culture. A good one is oh god, I know the actor's name. The guy who played on 2.5 Men.
Charlie Sheen or the other guy?
Charlie Sheen. I don't remember exactly what movie it was.
Probably one of the Hot Shots movies.
Yeah, where he went from being normal to being and it's just like makeup and everything else. It was just, to me, that style of comedy that was back in the 80s and early 90s and whatnot. is really, really funny. And there's a huge market for it. Still to this day, it's referenced in YouTube videos that do this type of comedy where they'll have those moments of this joke right here.
Where they take everything literally, etc. Right.
And even though it's for a half a second in the skit or the sketch, it lands. It's the joke that people latch onto and fucking say that, hey, I spit my drink out, blah, blah, blah. A joke, a throwaway, I can give you a good example right now of our own thing that I just put out.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the video is not performing as well as I would like, the people who are watching it are latching on to one joke I wouldn't have put in there if it wasn't for everyone here telling me I needed to include it. Where at the end, I had what I considered a blooper where I said out loud, I don't like these chips. That was never part of the sketch. It was never part of the skit at all. I just legitimately didn't. I legitimately hadn't tasted them yet until that point, and I was like, I don't like these chips, and I laughed. But people were like, "You've got to put that in there," and I'm like, "It doesn't really fit it, but okay." And so I made it fit, and people latched on to that, the very ending of it.
Right. That was at the end of the sketch, and the Charlie Sheen stuff, the taking things literally comedy, and like it's the same kind of comedy that was in the Naked Gun movies, where they take everything literally. That's the humor through the whole thing. To have one comment like that, that's totally out of character for the rest of the sketch. That's why I don't think it works.
You have a Pokemon randomly. That's not a Pokemon. Says its name. I get it, but it's taken literally. You have the whole joke of putting it down, a dimensional pocket Gatling gun. This is that type of video.
It is not. It really isn't. We mistake things as Pokemon all the time. That's an ongoing gag, and it's really easy to mistake a cute little critter like this that goes for a Pokemon called a Moops.
And if I wasn't pulling, and I'm going to be honest, if I wasn't reacting like this, if we weren't reacting like pulling out a dimensional pocket Gatling gun, I would agree with that.
That's a different kind of humor. That's totally different humor.
It's very much in the same.
This is heightening. This is making this is upping the stakes. This is an offhand comment that doesn't benefit the storyline or the sketch in any way. Because it takes John out of a character who is in panic mode, freaking out, trying to get this thing out of the office because it's about to suck Nappa's bones out of his body. All of a sudden stopping that mode and going, that's trademarked, and then going back to being panicked. That's what doesn't make sense with it.
Well, for one, it's not saying that's trademark as with deadpan. It's
regardless of how it's said. Why would John stop his panic to make that comment? If you're putting a line in a sketch, it should be there for a reason, and it should build or grow the sketch. This doesn't do that. It doesn't make a reference to any of the properties that we're working with.
So then this is what I'll say. This whole thing right here, all of that needs to go.
No, it doesn't. The Hasta La Vista is fine because everybody gets that reference, and it's a thing that many other people have said before shooting things. I'm just talking about simply this single line of that's trademarked. It's not a reference people are necessarily going to recognize. It's out of place in the sketch.
What I mean by slowing down the sketch, okay. What I mean when you say slow down the sketch, right? and the line needs to heighten it and move it forward, right? And no way does Hasta La Vista Moopsie do that. That technically slows the sketch down right there. When you're talking about slowing the sketch down, the sheer fact that I don't immediately start firing and then we move on to the Napa thing is already causing a scene thing.
If we get rid of this line,
but it's
if we get rid of the trademark line, then you do begin firing immediately.
So that what I'm saying is, you say shoot it. Like, let's go here. I see the glint in its eye. It's hungry. John says shoot it. So I take the moment to say Hasta La Vista Moopsie, and then I shoot. Right. So that's 4 to 5 seconds of Hasta La Vista. That's already me saying that line for the comedy joke of that line, regardless of continuing that joke down or not. That is still there. So if you were to take this out and I just start firing, you would still have that shoot it, da, da, da. You would still have that feel. Hasta La Vista isn't necessary. Trademark isn't necessary. I'm agreeing with you here, but I'm also saying that, like, if we're going that route, the act of me saying Hasta La Vista Moopsie is still very much changing the feel of it. Now, by saying Hasta La Vista Moopsie, you yelling trademark while I'm still doing my thing, whether that's off screen or on screen or whatever, it's still that same encapsulated joke while I'm loading, locking, and firing. Now, mind you, again, and this is for everyone here too, the way when you see a script versus what gets filmed, it could wind up coming out entirely different. There are entire things that we have cut before. I agree with you here that this area should go right into the escalation. But the escalation is me immediately firing after you say shoot it. Anything else before that, my line saying Hasta La Vista Moopsie, if it's not me locking, loading, and shooting exactly when you say shoot it, changes that scene entirely.
So here, the reason that line was in the movie is because Gimli and Legolas had been playing this who can get the most kills game since the first movie. They've been playing that game consistently in battle. So that still made perfect sense that Legolas would take down an entire elephant and land in front of Gimli with a look of like, what about that? And Gimli would respond to it because they're in the middle of a 2-movie long game at that point.
And Craig, I'm not saying to keep the trademark line. I want to make sure this is clear. I'm not saying to keep it. I'm saying if we get rid of this area, it honestly should also get rid of my line here, and I should just go straight to firing and missing, and the Moopsie leaps back on the Napa. That is what I'm saying. That.
The other option is for John to respond to the fact that you're doing a tagline instead of just shooting it. And that could introduce this and end it right here. If John could be like, stop using taglines and just shoot.
Absolutely. However you want to point it out, if you still want the Hasta La Vista Moopsie, we know that we're doing things that we're not supposed to be doing, right? We're messing with IP and creating parody and everything, and you have Pokemon drop, you have the Moopsie drop, you have the pulling it out of a dimensional pocket Gatling gun thing happening. This is a very wonky, very, very, it's a very funny sketch, but it's an over the top, all throughout it comedy sketch. At what point do we go, yeah, let's keep going over the top. Let's go ahead and do the fourth wall nod. Let's go ahead and say these things. And saying that's trademark, yelling it, and then not having it be acknowledged in some way, absolutely fudges with it. Changing that line to where Levi still fires and doesn't say another thing can still work as well. But I agree. Right now, with the way that this is written, by me not acknowledging it, even if I'm interrupted, and I just start firing, it feels off.
The line
If I acknowledge it, you are also correct where it slows down the sketch.
This line works for Levi. The reason this doesn't work for John, and the reason any kind of response other than serious wouldn't work for John, is because right here, you break from just serious to chaotic comedy. Oh, can you? I forgot. Can you scroll up a little bit? Right there. Stop. So you go from equally being afraid with John to chaotic comedy in this part with I still feel it and the paperwork and then cuteness kills Napa. So you're still serious, but you're shifting into more of a comedic panic, whereas John is staying legit straight man panicked. So the Hasta La Vista Moopsie fits what Levi's been doing. For John to say this, which is what my concern was, is it's out of the character for the sketch, where John is very much the straight man. He is the only one who is not doing something.
So do we think we should go with Dark Wolf's thing?
We probably should.
Like literally instead drop the F-bomb in that one.
Yeah. Or stop fucking talking and shoot it.
Which do you think would No, the trademark thing is not a big deal to me. I want to make sure that's clear. It's more along the way that this sketch was being formatted and going. It's just that type of over the wall comedy with nods to all the parodies that are currently happening, and tribute to exactly what a bunch of people other people do, which is getting yelled at for using something that's trademarked, like in Spaceballs and stuff like that.
Now, we've got sorry, go ahead. We've got three characters. We have John, who's the straight man and always has been. And for anyone who doesn't know what that means, I'm not talking about the way someone swings. The straight man means the person who remains normal and serious, the person who remains grounded in the story. Levi's always been a chaos agent. There's times when you're grounded, there's times when you're not. And Napa has always been the stupid comic relief.
I think this is right. I think it needs to be the just shut up and shoot type of thing. Whatever it needed to be some type of call out to the fact of hostile, like Levi's now taking a moment instead of just firing. It needs to have that thing.
This can just be honestly just shoot the damn thing.
Do you want to just put in just shoot the damn thing or shoot the damn thing?
Yeah, just. Now, we can totally do the trademark infringement game in a later sketch.
Oh, yeah.
We can totally do that.
Again, it was more about that particular section of the joke. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna right here.
This right here should be gone. Oh shit. Punch it, Napa, punch it. Doesn't work for John. And if Napa responds again here, he should just be struggling. What is going on?
It should literally be just Napa and then Levi.
Yeah.
Maybe John going, no, or something like that. Because I missed. You know what we could do if we wanted to really? I have multiple Nerf guns.
We could do
Instead of-
this.
Instead of pulling out the Gatling gun, I apologize.
Yeah.
Can I say mine first?
Yeah, go. Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of pulling out the Gatling gun, let me build up to the Gatling gun.
Oh yeah.
So I pull out the little one. Bam! It misses. I toss it away. I pull out the larger one or the double. Double. I pull out double. I go ba 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 ba. I miss. I toss them away. Finally, the very end, I pull out the big guns, and that's when I say the hasta la vista. Just shoot it. So we would have to move that joke. This right here is when I need to pull out the Gatling gun, and it needs to be right before the slow-mo.
Did Dark Wolf get flagged?
Why?
I don't know why.
I favorited their thing, but I didn't flag them.
I read flagged. I think that's a bad thing.
You got your comment starred, but not flagged.
1 second.
But yeah, if we do that, I have the small one. I have one that can look like a double. Just pull out, 2 of them. And then I can pull out the big one, and that escalates it each time. Man. I cannot wait to figure out what we're going to do about the hole in my fucking ear.
Okay.
Not we, but like me. For everyone here, I have an appointment on like the end of the month, 20 something. I think it's the 25th.
Actually, can you drop your screen off and I'll share mine?
Yeah.
I have some ideas here. Let's do no, wrong button. What if we did this? So Levi pulls out a small Nerf gun.
Yeah.
And then stand back.
Cox, the Nerf gun.
Yeah. Instead of that won't work, Levi. What if it's that one's not strong enough, Levi? It's just gonna bounce off Napa.
So we should totally have me fire all 3 of these and all 3 times miss.
So we can just do Levi shoots.
No, John needs to say his line. Then Levi just goes, "Fuck it," not necessarily "fuck it," but whatever you want Levi to say. Oh yeah. This is such an awkward bet. Bam. And then tosses the gun over his shoulder when it doesn't work. Yeah, make sure to label it just so I remember to actually do so. I'll be right back. You go ahead and keep writing. I'll be right back.
That might be what we do. Get the noisy cricket. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta talk to Levi when he gets back. So let me, Colleen, that could work great.
So here's the big one.
Okay.
So here's the big one. It technically has, if I can find it, the chain that dangles down, right?
Colin had a great idea.
Huh?
What if the third gun is the noisy cricket? So the third gun is the little gun. Do you have a medium gun?
I have a medium and a small running around here somewhere. I'll be right back.
All right. Hey, big old kiwi. Excuse me. What did I just do? No. No. Oh, that's what happened. That's what we normally do. Okay, there we go. Okay. So he uses that one. I'm doing well. Thanks, Kiwi. What do you mean by went up a level, Warforged? Shoot her. That could be maybe. Irving does what work? Oh, congratulations. You're the same level as me. Happy level day or week.
Okay. I wish I had two of these because it would enhance the joke quite a bit. But I'm not going to go out and spend another $30.
No.
And I don't know where my super small one is at the moment.
Okay.
But that's like $5 at Walmart. So yeah, medium.
Yeah, that works.
So it goes from large, regardless if I have the chain in it or not. Medium.
I was thinking you start with medium, go to large, and it's like, what's he bringing out now?
In that case, you need a point. It needs to be pointed out by Napa, probably, because why would Napa have watched? Like who points it out? Is it John or is it Napa?
Who points out what?
The fact that it's a tiny gun and in no way is that going to work. And who is the other person who goes, "Oh dear God"?
Oh, Colleen made the comment where John just says, "Just use the noisy cricket."
Instead of saying, "Well, let the audience do that." It's like let John go ahead and say it. But I would say have Napa. I was like, what the hell is that tiny thing gonna do? Like, oh, and then have John go, "It's the noisy cricket. Napa, cover your ears." Napa goes, "How?" Bam.
Because we think we.
I can hear it to go off. Hold on.
Good question. Krog, I'm sorry about that. We're also live on YouTube right now and Twitch. There's about a 15 to 20-second delay on all platforms right now.
Okay, there we go. Oh, there's so many jokes flying by in the convo. Absolutely, there are, which is still good because if we can make this video the best we can make it, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, Kiwi, I was born in 79. I just don't wrinkle. Like, if I raise my eyebrows, like there's no wrinkles hardly at all on my forehead.
Yeah, there's roughly a 30-second delay.
I don't know why.
But yeah, I agree. Starting off with the middle, move to the big one. Whether I have the chain on there or not doesn't matter if we're gonna make it look like it's charging.
Yeah.
And then beat.
There was an old Far Side cartoon comic where it said suddenly on national television Dick Clark aged 200 years in about 30 seconds because Dick Clark for the longest time, even up into his 70s, looked like he was like in his late 30s, early 40s. And so I feel like someday I'm gonna have my Dick Clark moment where I'm gonna age and I'm gonna start looking my age dramatically.
Why is none of this opening up the way it used to? There it goes.
Oh, Kiwi, I've got gray. I just trim it down. You really can't see here.
I went to look up the noisy cricket. Like they have one on Amazon for like $5,000.
Yeah. And also, Kiwi, when my hair grows out a little bit, it's definitely gray, but it doesn't grow out very much anymore.
$60. No. Well, here's one for $5. I think that's just a 3D print.
Couldn't you do that?
If I can find the gray and black is $10. Let me see.
That's basically everybody in here. We're all big kids. Do you know we can do polls in here now?
Will they pop on the other channels?
I don't know, but it's a StreamYard function in widgets.
Stand. Go ahead and see if it works. Stand. So I guess it'd just be print on half of it.
There it is.
Does John have better hair than Levi? Are people able to vote?
People can type. I'm supposed to be able to type 1 or 2 in the chat. So if you think that I have better hair than Levi, which I don't, press 1. If you think that I don't, press 2. Just type 1 or 2.
This is not wanting to let me.
Let's see if it's filtering in or not.
See, that's 99 cents.
Is that at all? Is that doesn't look like it's doing anything.
Oh no, it's working. See it? It's at 73% now. It's moving.
Nope, I don't see it.
You can't see the poll?
I see the poll. I just don't see.
It said, 1 yes, 27%, 2 no, 73%.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
What did my screen just do?
Now we're at 25 and 75.
Now I see it. Okay. I had to resize my screen. Okay.
So,
So, yeah,
I
We
to
can-
answer your question, it's technically, but I can't seem to get the file. I'm trying to get a file that'll work.
All right. So the final score: 81%. No, Levi has better hair. 19%. Yes, John has better hair.
All right, let's see what is the reality of me printing this, if it's worth it.
All right. So we can do polls now. Cool.
But yeah, I found the noisy cricket, a gray and black one, so it actually would look like. Although my hand's gonna cover the fucking handle, so I don't think it would matter.
No.
But
I mean, you could just if you have like if you have a lighter or something, you could hold the lighter as if it's a gun and just be like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
just get any old little thing you have. Levi's got a better mustache than I do too, Irving. Xena, 26 months. Thank you. Are you saying Levi has a better mustache than me, or I have a better mustache than Levi? Because the answer is Levi has a better mustache than me.
Give Chris time. I'm sure he'll be able to grow one.
No, this is the best it's going to get. I was a non-connector here for the longest time.
What is that supposed to be? Delete. Oh, that's supposed to be the little connector thing. All right, so I've got it. Let's slice it and see what the reality of that is. That's not showing any supports. That would fail. Okay. It needs to have supports, otherwise it's going to fail. So an hour and 30 minutes, 25 grams of filament. So about $2.50, $3. Yeah, about that. I mean, I can try. But I think just pulling out.
If you have one little thing you can just grab tonight and just use, no one's going to care.
Like that? You can't fucking see that. The problem here is not being able to see it. And if we say the noisy cricket and we don't show something that looks similar to the noisy cricket, which needs to have that long-ended nose type deal, even if I've got my entire hand around the rest of it.
Doesn't need to be the noisy cricket.
It does not. And trying to like do the joke of the noisy cricket and actually say what it is, because we know that while Men in Black was very, very popular, it's also one of those things of when was the last Men in Black trending?
Oh, actually, we don't need to, because in the script right now, so in the script right now, let me get back here.
Okay.
At the stage. Okay, so we've got that will work. It'll just bounce off Nappa. Bet fires. Nothing happens. Fuck. So it bounced off Nappa. You're still holding the gun.
We needed to finish ironing out up to that point.
So Levi threatens to shoot again. Tells Nappa, aims the weapon. Nappa chose to print it again. Levi doesn't shoot because he knows it's going to bounce off. But right here, where it bites Nappa's arm, Now it's not protected anymore, and they say to shoot it. He misses. That's where he's like, fuck it. Throws that gun away, pulls out the Gatling. That way you can just use what you've got.
So just use this twice
Yeah.
and then move to the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Now to everyone here, well, I mean, what do you guys think? Wouldn't it be too hard for us to escalate the guns, right? But here's the thing: if we go from middle to Gatling, that means we have to change around the script. The Hasta La Vista would have to be where the Gatling would be.
No,
Go to do it. Fuck, didn't work. Pull out the big one, right?
the Hasta La Vista can happen in the middle of holding the original one because now it's not protected by Napa anymore.
No. What I was saying is if we went all three weapons.
Oh yeah.
If we leave just the two weapons, we don't do that. We
I would like to record this tonight. You've got the two weapons, it works.
All right.
That's what the script implies, Colleen. 9 previous times.
So it's literally if I can cock this actually. Because it doesn't have a big ol' I don't have a thing to the cock.
You can just, and we can add that in post. Just pull it back and put it back forward. We can add that sound back in post.
So literally just right here, just a.
Oh, on the Gatling gun. Hold on, I thought you were still holding the medium one.
No, on the Gatling gun.
You don't need to cock it.
And I have no idea where the whatever is. Kiddo's got a hold of it and all that stuff disappeared.
It's all good, man. It's all good. All right.
So one of the things I want to do is I want to practice this real quick.
Yep. Give me 1 second.
I have the weapons. I don't really like doing shaky cam, but I might not have a choice for a couple scenes.
Well, I'm gonna have Aline in here filming from the top down when Napa's on the ground. So
I don't have help. Yeah, I know you could say it's like get your spouse or go get your kids. Nope. They've already said no today to me like 4 times.
shoot her. Yeah. Maybe.
Let's like that's already favored. Let's read this. Oh God, no, that would. Oh God, I feel like Levi would totally be taken out of the moment. Like if we went from if we went from the Hasta La Vista Moopsie, John goes, just shoot her. There, like, why would Levi not take the moment of like, how do you know it's a her? oh, no. That makes it so much funnier. Hold on. Okay, hold on. We're gonna read it to see how it feels. That's all it is. I'm just adding a couple lines. It goes back.
Can I throw something else in there?
Yeah, go for it.
That would now make. What did I just do? Hold on. That would now make more sense.
No. Have it say Moopsy. Right there. It says Moopsy, Moopsy. Moopsy. All right. Let's read it and see how it feels.
The whole thing? All
Yeah.
right.
Now, does
Put
Napa
that
walk in?
down. What?
Does Napa walk in with it?
Oh, he'll be at his desk.
Okay, so we need to have that. Is that going to be the first scene?
Yeah.
So
Like the implication here is that Napa has just walked in with it.
yeah. So let's go ahead and write that in there. That's the first scene, is that Napa's at his desk with it.
But I mean, that's just reference for us. No one else knows.
Yeah, I know.
Put that down now. Why? It's a brand new Pokemon. Isn't it cute? That is not a that should be Levi's line. You agree? Maybe not. Yeah.
I think Levi going straight for the gun is funnier.
That is not a Pokemon. Sure it is. It even has its own name. See? It's a Moopsy. Napa, I'm warning you. Put it down slowly.
And then stand the fuck back.
I'm not letting you shoot it.
Oh, now I cock it.
Yeah.
Oh, I already did. Man, either step away or I shoot you both.
That won't work, Levi. He's going to bounce off Napa.
Bet. Pop.
Bing. Yes, they fuck.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
What the hell is wrong with you? It's not even doing anything to you.
I'm having a hard time reading that. What is that at 200%?
Yep.
Okay, let me. Everyone, I'm not gonna be able to see chat. Okay. So I'm gonna. Can we redo it? I apologize. Like this whole thing is kind of funky to me because I messed things up.
Yep. Put that down now. Why? It's a brand new Pokemon. Isn't it cute? That is not a Pokemon. Sure it is. It even has its own name. See? It's a Moopsy. Napa, I'm warning you. Put it down slowly.
And then stand the fuck back.
I'm not letting you shoot it.
Either step away or I shoot you both.
That won't work, Levi. She's going to bounce off Napa.
Bet. Ah, fuck.
What the hell is wrong with you? It's not even doing anything to you.
Do you know how long it takes me to regrow bones?
Regrow bones?
I can still feel it. It's never-ending itching for decades. And the paperwork.
It's trying to nurse. There's no milk for you there, little buddy. It's so
It kills, Napa! It kills!
It's not looking for milk, Napa. It uses a bone-dissolving venom to suck out your skeleton. That's the most ridiculous. Which arm? Hold on. That's the most ridiculous. Ow! Ow! Nay, no teeth. What the hell? Oh, no.
I see the glint in its eye! It's hungry!
Shoot it!
Hasta la vista. Did I get rid of this gun?
No, you're still holding it.
Yeah, I know. Hasta la vista, Moopsy.
Just shoot her!
Wait, how do you know it's a her?
You did a reference. I wanted to do one too. You know Jurassic Park?
Yours didn't work. Moopsy.
Fucking. Just shoot the damn thing.
Bam, misses.
No. No. Bad Moopsie. Hold on. Damn it. So it's gonna leap back onto the chair.
Okay.
No, Bad Moopsie. I don't like you anymore. Leave my bones alone.
I won't let it eat my bones for a 10th time.
And then we go slow-mo. My bones. Shoot it! Nappa starts to shrivel in his chair.
Yells in a panic rage. Did you get it?
Yeah. Did you get it?
I think so.
And then beat.
Moopsie.
Oh!
The only add-on to the ending part was the did you get it? There's no he missed after shooting like that.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that fits there? This is not our typical sketch, so we are like feeling things out. I do like the wait. How do you know it's her? You did a reference. I wanted to do one too. Well, it didn't work. Moopsie. Just the. I really like that distraction. But we do need to make it clear as to when I switch weapons.
It should be. Hold on. Where is that? Levi tosses gun and pulls out a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Tosses pistol. So hold on. Levi
Well, it's more like a
pulls out a Nerf pistol.
Yeah.
Pulls out a pistol. Okay.
I just totally spaced what this is called.
All right. Yeah, so that's where you're gonna toss the pistol and then grab the Gatling gun. And then here it's gonna be did you get it? I think so. There's no way he missed. And then you and I are both like trying to see where it is. We're like, and we both should go. And then we hear and we scream.
Yeah. I think that works. I'm going to take a look here on how things look visually without me having to step in front of it.
Can we read it again and time it?
Yeah. Let me do something real quick. Do we want me to stand or sit?
What do you mean?
For like shooting the weapon or not?
Whatever. Your call.
Where am I for Napa?
I'm gonna be sitting for most of it. Oh, what was that? Sorry.
For Napa, when I'm trying to shoot him, like right here.
You're gonna wanna do. So on your screen, you want to angle like this. Yep.
And I'm going to send that to you so you have reference.
Actually, which direction do you look at me? Okay, that's what I thought. All right. I look this way to you, and I look that way for Napa.
I'll be honest, because Napa doesn't have any writing on his shirt or anything, flipping it like we did in the dentist sketch,
yeah,
made it feel really good. But there you go.
Ow.
I sent it to you on Discord.
Okay. Excuse me. Oh, okay. From your phone, I think you need to be more straight on with this camera. Yep. And then when you're looking at me, it's just the opposite angle to
Yeah.
kind of reinforce the fact that the three of us are in a triangle.
Mhm.
Because when we started, I would look at you here, and then I'd look at Napa here, and you would kind of look past me to look at him, and it slowly changed into what it is. And I think we need to solidify this.
One of the things we wanted to do was when you were full time, draw out like what our offices look like.
Yeah.
So we have that reference and going forward because it'd be a good reference for animation down the road too.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's
right.
also a better camera angle. I can also do a different camera angle, which is me straight on.
If you do that, then the first angle you used is better.
Yeah. So which is really nice because you also get those different angles. I'm just gonna. So this is center camera, the same original angle though.
Yeah, that looks almost the same as the second picture you sent me. So yeah, that angle works.
So when we have my scenes for this particular one, I should probably do that because then I'm still looking in the same direction on both ends.
Right.
But Napa's kind of over there, and you kind of look that way towards Napa.
Yep.
You're still looking the opposite direction.
Let me grab this.
It's still one of those things that we should totally like map out, and then go from there.
Aline, are you still watching? Because I'm gonna need you to help with some of the Moopsy action. If you fell asleep, I might have to come wake you up, which would make me a horrible person. And I'm sorry if that's the case.
Don't wake them up. Just
Where's my microphone? There it is.
I mean, you'll have time on Sunday, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to get this film tonight.
Oh. Okay. So here's the problem for me.
Yeah.
My spouse is sleeping.
Oh shit. Okay. Then we'll have to film it Sunday evening.
Okay. Like if you're here until 9:30, once they're up, they're up. We've got like what?
Would it be another 45 minutes?
Yeah. If you're just good waiting another 45 minutes, because if I wake them up now, I'm gonna get yelled at.
Okay. In the meantime, let's do some requests.
All right, what do you guys have for requests?
I'll do some requests.
That isn't well, I can do requests as long as I don't yell. That isn't Chuck Norris or Buffy.
Hey, wake up, Snorlax 2490. Very, very appropriate name given the conversation we were just having.
I really hope that like you go ahead and include the scene where Moopsy's on the floor and looks up. Doesn't matter if his whole body goes up or he looks up. It just needs to go up, right? And says Moopsy. Because just the act of being on the floor and going Moopsy, and then all of us freaking out is really funny to me.
Yeah.
A MacGyver and Kevin McAllister sketch. Do I want to do a reference to that?
That could be the Borg. We could redo the Borg having both of them.
Well, I made the reference originally that Kevin McAllister summoned MacGyver as his Patronus, and fucking a lot of people jumped on that. Which MacGyver is what they asked.
Okay.
What if? And like I hate passing it to you, but like I think it would fit better the Borg calling you than the Borg calling me. And Kevin McAllister wouldn't be able to call me, nor would MacGyver from the Borg ship.
Have a good night, Xena.
This is one of those where like I have a good idea, but I can't execute it based on like people will acknowledge how did they call.
What's the idea?
You think the Borg call thinking that they finally managed to snag Harry Potter, but it turns out to be Kevin McAllister with a wand, and he summoned MacGyver. So now they have double the issue. And you're going to get people asking, how did Kevin get a hold of a wand? As it is. Which you can even ask at the end of it, of like, Levi, how did Kevin McAllister get a wand from Harry Potter and learn the Patronus?
It's easy. John goes on with Levi. We are canceling that exchange student program with Hogwarts right now.
I think you asking it, and Levi, and if you wanted Levi to have a line in that, you would literally be go, that's what I forgot to tell you. And that's the end of the sketch. Because it's a reference to an older video.
Yeah.
And if it did well, I could absolutely redo that video. I've talked about redoing the Kevin McAllister series. But the biggest thing is we have tried to bring back Kevin.
And it's bombed every time.
No. They didn't bomb every time. Every time we tried to bring back Kevin McAllister as like a solo event in a similar in how you introduced it, it didn't do well. Every time I just put Kevin up against something really fucking random and stupid like we do with the Predators, it did just fine. It just, none of them blew up the same way as the original did. They did okay for whatever time period that we posted them. When we posted it and we were having good views, it did good views. When we posted it and it did, and we were having bad views, it still pulled in good views. Mm-hmm. It just didn't pull in as good of views as it previously did because, you know, the channel was trending at the time. So I would say that like it brings in enough views to justify it, but I also haven't done any Kevin McAllister content. And
we also have talked about kind of staying away from Hogwarts for a while.
We did. That's another thing. Yeah, we did agree that we needed to step away from that after you got done with it, right?
Yep.
And we still did that.
Other than turning those into a compilation.
Yeah, other than turning those into a compilation and the Constantine versus Voldemort, which was tying that up and finishing it up, we wanted to step away from the Harry Potter content and the Dresden content because that's what our channel became about. And if we don't put videos on that, our videos suffer. And we wanted to
The
expand.
one that I've been wanting to remake is Galactus versus Unicron in the food fight.
Mm-hmm. Predators went after Ash Ketchum. I did that video.
Yep.
The Predators became a Pokemon. Would Batman have one of his contingency plans for Voldemort? Absolutely. But no, we're gonna walk away from Harry Potter stuff. Algorithm stuff sucks. You're right, Levi, and it's really hard to want to make content that like we make, and see other YouTubers that are very similar to us put out content and they're struggling. No, and like we see, and the reason why it's hard is like if we see people who are 3 times our size, 4 times, 5 times our size, and they're struggling to get the amount of views that we are getting, it makes me feel like I can't bitch. When I see somebody that has 4 million subscribers and they're getting 10,000 views, I'm like, I can't bitch. I got to keep my mouth shut because we have a fraction of that, and those are the views that we get.
My sister just sent me a meme that says, "What if your teeth were naturally flaccid and only got hard when you got hungry?"
I got a video idea.
I do too.
I got a video idea. I'm gonna hit a record button thing, and you're just gonna keep yourself unmuted.
Unmuted?
Yeah, don't mute yourself. I'm not muting you for a second. I kind of want to see how you would handle it if we just kind of improv'd it.
Okay, well then let me get my headset off.
Yeah, let's sit here. We're recording, so it's not a big deal.
Right.
So, question.
Yeah.
To start this off with, am I talking to John or Napa? Because that's going to change how I do this.
If we want this to be a back and forth improv sketch without breaks, it's going to be John.
Okay. So, this is how it's going to go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, John, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Oh shit. How'd you say that? The teeth. Oh yeah.
Let me just send it to you. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, you sent it on Instagram.
So you're gonna say that, and I'm gonna say, is that a Napa question? And you're gonna go, yeah, he asked me earlier, and I can't get it out of my head.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1. Hey, John, I've got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
What if your teeth were naturally flaccid and only got hard when you got hungry?
That sounds like a Napa question.
Yeah. And I can't get it out of my damn head now.
Let's restart real quick.
Oh, okay.
I would like you to say, yeah, he asked me earlier, and now I can't get that. Now I can't get it out of my head.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead.
Hey, John, I've got a quick question.
Yeah?
What if your teeth were naturally flaccid and got hard when you got hungry?
That's the kind of question Napa would ask.
Yeah, it's because he asked it earlier to me, and it's like just dug its way in my head, and I can't get it out now.
Okay, so if that was just a natural thing, like all we'd ever eat would be food that we wanted, right? Like sugar, everything. I think everyone would be obese.
I mean, no, can't do politics. I'm so sorry. My mind immediately went to the statistics. Are we allowed to kind of just can I just do whatever?
Yeah.
All right, let's restart this, and I apologize for everyone here.
I'm gonna go a different direction this time too. So.
All right. Hey, John, I've got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
What if your teeth were naturally flaccid and got hard when you got hungry?
That's the kind of question Napa would ask.
Yeah, he asked that earlier, and I can't get it out of my head now.
Oh, I'm looking at the camera. I should be looking at you, shouldn't I? Shit.
It doesn't matter.
Sorry.
Do we need to restart again?
Yeah, I need to be looking at you.
Okay. All right. Hey, John, I've got a question.
Yeah?
What if your teeth were naturally flaccid and got hard when you got hungry?
That's the kind of question Napa would ask.
Yeah, he asked me during lunch, and I can't get it out of my head now.
Okay. If your teeth went soft when you weren't hungry, how do they stay? Like, how do they not break or fall apart?
Well, they got hard when you got hungry.
Right, but
Right.
when you're not hungry, are they just like Jello hanging there? Like what? What if you? This is freaking me out, man.
Well, I'd
I
say
don't want little flaccid gummies in my mouth hanging out of my gums.
what if they
This is-
retracted back inside of you, like a grower
cat
shower
claw?
thing?
Like cat claws. Would they be hard when they retracted or soft? And if they're soft, how do they non?
I think you're thinking of the wrong body part.
You're the one that brought it up.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
God, what does a flaccid smile look like?
What I would say is that's a really good back and forth conversation. I would say if somebody can clip some of that, or if you remember enough of those lines, start writing. That was relatively good. But at the same time, oh my God.
Dude, if I had soft little teeth, I'd be doing this all the time. That's not tooth-masturbating. That's like just playing with the like just being like, that feels weird.
There's a pure count. Your tooth retracts like Toothless from How You Train Your Dragon. Well, again, a grower, not a shower. Which
right.
That's what I said, and then you immediately went off on your thing, and that's why I said different body part.
I didn't hear you say grower.
No. That was perfect because you were like, you just let it go over your head. It was better comedy, and then I just reiterated, I think you're thinking the wrong body part. And then you brought it up. Was a perfect response.
That's a great question for like vampires. Because is it the more prominent your fangs are, the more important you are? So like you can never tell who's important until the fangs are out. So, arguably, a grower could be the boss.
No, John, I've got a new question. I got a new question for you. I got a whole new question for you. Are vampire fangs?
Is it a sketch?
Are vampire? No, hold on. Just let me.
Right.
Are vampire fangs the equivalent of a dick contest for vampires?
Like
who's
bigger is
got
better?
it bigger? Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Like bigger is better, you mean?
Yeah.
Or better? Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if it was. I haven't had conversations about tooth size with vampires, but I could probably ask Gary.
So if they've been around since forever and a half, what'd they think of saber-toothed tigers?
It's probably vampire porn.
Okay. Follow-up question. What if your teeth were naturally flaccid and got hard when you got hungry? Second follow-up before you even ask, what if vampire teeth were that way?
They just have like soft, pliable, gummy fangs that then like hardened when they wanted to feed?
Well, they're already a grower, not a shower to begin with. So what if they're floppy and they just kind of slip back inside, and when they get hungry, they go, fuck. That's them getting a hard on.
Oh. Oh my God. That would be how nightclubs would make sure to keep vampires out. The bouncer would have to have like a little cut on his arm and be like, smell. And if they got tooth erect, he'd be, nope, get out of here.
Wait, hold on. Do they make medicine for if you have like a erectile but it's a toothile dysfunction?
Talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor if your teeth remain erect for more than 4 hours.
That needs to be the end right there. We need to rewind and get that. That's fucking funny. That's really fucking funny. Okay. So what? Hour 140.
Or you could do two vampires, a vampire couple in therapy, and the lady vampire. How does that work with lady vampires? But like, okay, so it's gonna be a vampire couple. One's vampire, one's a thrall, and it's like it was my turn with him last night, and he couldn't even get him up. And he's like, I told you, I was at a party earlier that night with the vampire lord, and I was required to eat. I was required to feed. I wasn't hungry.
That's another fun sketch, but I honestly think it just needs to be random office
100%.
awkward office talk. Awkward office talk. And it's literally exactly what we just did.
Yeah.
Almost word for word. I texted you the, I don't know why it's an exclamation mark. That's an awesome sketch. That's an awesome quick sketch. Awkward office banter.
This guy tried to feed on me, and it was gross. His teeth were all soft. That's what happens. That's why old vampires die off. They can't get them up anymore.
Oh goodness.
When I was your age, I was feeding every night.
So, is there a way to grab that while we're live? You could go into the YouTube and just hit rewind and then watch it from that point and start typing, but I don't know.
Right. No, I'll grab the recording.
Yeah. You're never going to look at your dentist the same way again. And I think this is a great random conversation to have. Because it's just two guys talking about teeth and equating them to it's a perfect office banter. It really is.
Are you sure he was a vampire? Oh yeah, he was a vampire. I know it would be. Oh yeah, he was a vampire.
I'm not waking my spouse up, but I'm also not on hero support signs. That's going to be a fun sketch to do too. When we like,
what are these teeth called? They're not the incisors. They're not fangs, but they're the canines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The cuspids. Cuspid dysfunction.
It's pretty late for you, isn't it?
It's 11.
All right. How badly? When do you want the Moopsy sketch to be done by?
I mean, if we can do it Wednesday, Sunday, that's fine. So we can drop it Monday or Tuesday. Colleen, my wife actually, her canines are flat. They look like additional front teeth.
I had a dentist when they were working on my teeth. I didn't realize that they shaved my canines.
Oh, damn.
yeah, I got so pissed. I was like, why'd you do that? And they're like, oh, well, apparently it's pretty common. When a lot of dentists will shave them to kind of line it. So they're not completely flat, but they're flat against there. And it used to be like I used to have really pointy ones.
Yeah.
Though I will say them shaving it probably saved me from them just like breaking off at some point. Makes you laugh is that you have upper dentures. Do werewolves have IBS and must mark their territory?
Oh God.
What would be the pain from wisdom teeth? A hillberry. We need to design Gary properly. Me and Chris have talked about it over and over again. We have talked about what his accent would be if we bring Gary back and redo the sketch. We've talked about like keeping. There is a thing, and this is actually prevalent currently, and this is a great talk about updating our sketches and why we shouldn't update everything, even if we, remake the sketch. Some of the jokes need to remain the exact same. So there's a thing happening right now with digital books, where because Amazon has it ran through AI, as well as a lot of books are only digital now versus being sold as prints, where somebody went and updated the book, and AI went and updated it all across every digital platform, from like talking about like Vine or something like that. No, not Vine. Fear Factor. They were talking about Fear Factor.
Yeah.
And now it's TikTok challenge. And so there's this big talk about, hey, this was a piece of media, eclipsed in time, but because it was digital, they updated it.
Yeah.
Somebody who knew the book and had the original book on hand was like, this doesn't feel right. Goes and opens it because it's a book from 2006.
Yeah.
So as much as I love Gary, and I do agree that we need to remake some of the sketches, I do not think that we should change how we introduce Gary.
No, I agree.
And that's for everyone here. There's going to be sketches that we remake that absolutely don't get changed much. And that kind of goes back around to the whole McAllister sketch of there's only so much we can do to bring him back and have it do well. It does well enough on our channel when our channel is doing well. It has not done well outside of that. And that could be partially maybe we're lacking and we need, the visual comedy to really drive it home.
Yeah.
Maybe it's you need to be able to hear the people screaming on the other side of the phone. That's the only thing that we haven't tried to do with the Kevin McAllister sketches, because it's really kind of hard to do those. Unless I'm pulling scenes from the movies, which is a coin toss on which platform is going to yell at us, if they yell at us at all. And I have pulled scenes from movies to add into our sketches. Sometimes as the full format, sometimes it's just right here. And when it's just right here in the GIF, and you still see me, passes every time. However, when it takes up the full format, you got to be really careful, because that's copyright protected.
Yeah.
And even though I'm very clearly parodying and doing things with it, we have deleted sketches that Chris has done, that I have done, because it yelled at us for one reason or another.
Yeah.
More me than him.
This varies, Irving. Depends on the platform and the kind of video.
And that's what kind of sucks too. It's also why we say, like, as long as a video pops and does well on one of the platforms, we're okay. We also don't delete the video and we give it time, because we've had videos that we go, well, that's a failure. And a year later, it's got 500,000 views for some freaking reason.
Yeah.
Or 100,000 in a
But
single
it's all
day.
been happening in the background and we haven't noticed it.
Yeah. Like every single animation to date, except for the newest one, has technically paid for itself.
Yep.
It's just taken a long ass time for each one of them. I think the Nappa one still hasn't paid for itself. Not Nappa, Vegeta in a thing has almost
That
paid
one's
for
new
itself.
too, though. So
Huh?
that one's new too, though. So
Yeah, both of them, and that's another thing. We dropped 2 animations relatively quick.
yeah, we did.
Somebody commented on the Constantine versus Voldemort sketch when versus a bit of a misnomer, and I'm like, he's fighting Constantine, he's just kicking his butt. So I'm legitimately curious what they mean is like, how so I'm gonna wait and see what they say, because to me I'm like, that's it still applies. Have you guys seen the Suspect bits? I don't know.
The what? No, I have not.
I'm trying to rewatch The Boys, because it's been long enough since I've seen the first season that I was like, I need to rewatch the first season, and I forgot that each episode's almost a fucking hour long.
Yep.
So it's a freaking chore to get through those.
Oh, I'm also gonna I'm gonna start doing the boys content
Mm-hmm.
because season 5's coming up soon.
New Invincible episodes. Yeah, I gotta watch Invincible.
I watched the first 3. It's fun.
And I just wasn't keeping up for everyone here. I just was not keeping. That was not a lot of my time to watch things in particular is usually with my kiddos. It's the easiest time for me to watch something, because either that or like the more adult stuff. The Boys isn't that big of a deal with my oldest. I'm not really keen to watch The Boys content or Invincible content, even though both kids know of it. They don't know the more risque scenes. So I don't really like watching in front of them. So that leaves me when they're at school, or they're asleep, or when I'm down here and I know that they're not going to come down here.
Yeah.
And usually if I'm down here, I'm usually working, either trying to clean up, do laundry, organize shit, or I'm actively in front of the camera or editing or something like that. I'm going to be a functional adult for a bit. Well, we're at 9:17.
Yep.
Because it's late for you. Let's record that on Sunday when we have the time to sit here.
Well, I agree.
I'm on Sunday. Should we? Are you available in the afternoon on Sunday?
I'll be available after 5 year time.
So let's do as early as we can on Sunday.
Okay.
Too bad you can't on live. I'd watch anime with the. I would love to watch anime with you guys too. The one guy who did Ben 10 versus Homelander. Yeah.
He plays Soldier Boy. He has to.
My biggest thing here is that no matter what you do for Ben 10 content, he has one alien that if you don't make him win, even when he realistically probably shouldn't win against something, you're going to get yelled at.
But I mean, he doesn't use Alien X in most situations in the show when he's up against a wall.
I know.
He finds another creative way to do it.
It doesn't fucking matter. That is, every video that I still watch Ben 10 content from other creators. To be clear for everyone, the problem and the reason why I still don't want to is it's still prevalent where a bunch of people, like, if that creator doesn't make Ben 10, doesn't just glaze him over, for lack of a better, doesn't hype him up and everything. If they go based on how Ben actually is, they get like 90% of hate comments. And even when they do, they're like, oh, Ben would have ended this fight so much faster. I'm like, the worst of the internet. That's just what I'm reminded of. Saying if Suspect had to pay for his own food, he'd be in debt. He would never be able to get out of it. Yeah, Jensen is in season 5 of The Boys. So what's a different sketch that we could do real fast?
I did just watch season 5, the new season of Invincible, and I can do something that's a little spoilery, but not.
Well, there's your warning, folks. I don't care. I'll watch it either way. It'll just take me time to get to watching it. Man, I'm tired. Also, I love the fact that we argued for about 10 minutes and then came up with a better sketch.
Yep, I agree. I'm gonna mute you.
Seem to think that he can always win with Alien X.
Don't support this, John.
Ben 10. What about the bad guy?
I thought you were dead.
How his dentist appointment went.
Is this a prank? Is this Mark? Mark, this is not Mark.
Wow, he's going fast. He's going like.
Don't support this, John. Conquest? I thought you were dead. I thought Invincible beat the crap out of you and let.
That's the opening line right there.
Okay.
Instead of villain support, this is
What do you mean
John.
you're stuck in the wall? Ah. No, if you can
For the
get out,
record,
go ahead and get out. But I wouldn't waste any time killing the people there. You need to get back to Viltrum. Thrag's gonna want to talk to you. He's not gonna be very happy that you didn't complete your mission.
Why John and Levi aren't HR?
I don't know if he's gonna kill you or not, but if he does, it's gonna hurt a lot. Yeah, no. You need to get back to Viltrum and take your lumps now. You can come back to Earth and kill them later if he has you do it. Yeah. Survive, let me know what happens. It's exactly a minute.
Yeah, that's another thing I've been struggling with. Either A, it drags on, or B, it's too small of a video sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Why John and Levi aren't HR? The video you did about teeth. Well, John didn't cause an issue. How many videos do we have on that we posted on TikTok this month? How many?
Not nearly enough.
No. How quickly could you do a Dresden video?
Pretty quick. Give me someone he's fighting against.
Homelander. Could he fight against Homelander?
Homelander would wreck him. Dresden scales strongly against other magic users, not against superheroes.
Okay. So here's a better question. You've kind of done this to Dresden, and Dresden's kind of there. And Homelander's a villain that people want to see lose, even if he shouldn't be able to lose. So here's a question. Is this you don't want to do it because it bugs it makes your brain itch knowing that like he shouldn't be able to win?
There's no way he'd be able to.
Okay. However, think about it from the audience aspect. How many people want to see Homelander get his face smeared in the dirt?
Tons of them, but there's no way that he beats Dresden. Or vice versa. There's no way Dresden beats him. It's not even a challenge.
Dresden versus Wesker.
What's Wesker?
Yeah, I don't know. What ended up happening to Pennywise after Trunk broke out and he healed his teeth?
Now Homelander versus a Yellow Lantern Yautja would be different.
And see, that's another thing I brought up during the live stream. We have to address that.
Homelander would wreck legions of regular Predators.
You will know what I mean by like you gave them the Yellow Lantern ring, right?
Yeah.
Also, somebody pointed out a thing that you had the poster up before it happened.
Yeah, I know. What is Jigglypuff's power even?
Yeah, put you to sleep.
Okay.
It sings and you sleep. How well did the Predators get Yellow Lantern rings do on like TikTok?
I don't know. I'd have to go look. It was also marked as an ad, so
yeah, Dresden would beat Clark because Superman is technically weaker to magic. Also, Homelander would totally be just talking his ego. Does Dresden have an ego?
no.
So would Dresden let Homelander talk while he built up an attack that could take out Homelander?
Would Dresden let what?
Would Dresden encourage or let Homelander talk shit in order to build up the power to take Homelander
He
out?
wouldn't be able to build up the power to take Homelander out.
So okay.
And no, he also probably wouldn't beat probably also wouldn't beat Clark unless he knew he was weak to magic. And if it's Superman being Superman and taking his time and talking and feeling someone out, and Dresden knowing, maybe. Homelander's not that kind of fighter. He will toy with his food, but he kills it. He kills it quick.
Wesker is from Resident Evil.
Ah.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Hey, Jujutsu Kaisen's trending, right?
Absolutely is.
Anything that Dresden could take on in Jujutsu
Kaisen. Ooh. Not Maki, because she doesn't have any cursed energy, which is basically magic. Wake Up Snorlax. I don't know the first thing about Aragon's magic. I have never read it, and what I've seen from it has never been particularly compelling to me. So I saw the movie when it came out, and it was
It was trash. You can call it what it was. It was universally banned. It was a bad movie.
I got one.
You got one? All right.
Homelander, what you're describing to me is called a predator, otherwise known as a Yautja. Yeah, it's an alien race. They like to hunt strong prey. They probably saw you flying around and being all fast and killing people and figured, hey, this got to be fun to fight, fun to hunt. But I mean, How many of them are there? If it's just one, you're not going to have a problem with it at all. What do you mean he's tanking your punches? That is... Is he glowing yellow by chance? Oh. Okay, so he's got a thing called the Yellow Lantern Ring. I know you never heard of that, okay? But that it increases his power by a factor of 100 or more, and he can make like constructs out of it.
I think he missed an opportunity to turn
that emotion you're feeling, that's called fear. Yeah, they kind of operate off of that. Normally they wouldn't be a problem for you, but this guy, yeah. You might want to.
You lost it.
I'm not surprised the claws went through your. Listen, I wouldn't normally say this, but you need to run. Fly. What? Get away. I'm here.
2 bits of feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, you get to a point to where you realize what it is, but you ask to confirm. You honestly should have taken the time to go.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. I didn't catch it. And the second one was you definitely lost it at the end where you were repeating, you were trying to think of what to say, or at least that's what it felt like. I think if you fix that ending up a little bit, I think you've got a good video.
Yeah, I'm gonna redo it here real quick.
Where yeah, that's basically
Homelander, the thing you're describing to me is called a predator. It's otherwise known as a Yautja. It's an alien race, a member of an alien race. Yeah, Homelander, what you're describing to me is called a predator, otherwise known as a Yautja, member of an alien race that believes in hunting and honor, etc. I mean, they shouldn't really pose a threat to you. They like to hunt strong people. Shit, I got a burp. Hold on.
I might be able to do that.
Homelander, what you're describing is called a predator, otherwise known as a Yautja, a member of an alien race that likes to hunt strong beings. They think you're probably on a list I gave them of people not to hunt because you're too strong, you're completely out of the ballpark for them, and that's why they want to fight you. How many of them are there? If it's just one, then you shouldn't have an issue. What do you mean he's tanking your punches? Is he glowing yellow by chance? Yeah, like yellow mask, yellow armor, yellow little rings in his hair, the claws on his arm. Okay. That changes things. He's empowered by a thing called a Yellow Lantern Ring. I cannot get you one, but it runs off of fear. They killed the guy who ran the Yellow Lantern Corps in Sinestro and took all the. Yeah, so long story short, it increases his power by like 100-fold, maybe more than that. And you should probably run. I know I've never told you to do that before because you've never really been up against someone other than Nappa who you didn't stand a chance against. Fly, run, whatever. Just get out of there.
How many people do you guys know that like to me, I'm like, he's the only person I've ever met that does that.
That does what?
Oh, hi. That sits there. And I know why you do it because I asked you.
Do what?
Put your hands like this.
It's an unconscious thing.
Yeah, because you mentioned it so that you don't mess with your hands too much. So you do that in order to think and not. Yeah, and not do that. Yeah. Here's the thing. When you're on a phone, you're actively talking to somebody. You're usually not you, but most people don't sit here and do this. They do the hand thing and they type or they do something. That is my only thing that bugs me. It bugs no one else.
I do this so that I don't fidget, so that I can focus on the call instead of being like, "Ooh, that knuckle really needs to pop."
And see, to me messing with my hands and quote unquote talking with my hands helps me think.
Oh, I talk with my hands all the time, but like when I'm like focused, it's
I would have to find out a way to actually say parallax Hell Jordan. But like the
Say
Hal
that 5
Jordan
minutes
thing,
fast.
what I was thinking about here, I have a sketch idea or a skit idea here that's starting to form. And I can try it. I can just go for it and we can kind of see how it goes.
I'm gonna redo this one more time.
I'm gonna wait until you finish yours before I do mine.
Homelander, what you're describing as a member of an alien species called the Predators, otherwise known as the Yautja. They're hunters. They like to hunt strong beings. You're probably on a list that I gave them of people not to hunt, and that's why they're there, because they want to test themselves against you. So just how many of them are there? If there's just one, you shouldn't. If there were 100, you shouldn't be concerned about it. What do you mean he's tanking your punches? Is he by chance like glowing yellow, like yellow mask and yellow armor and yellow ringlets in his hair and yellow big claws coming off his? Yeah. Okay. He's got a thing called a yellow lantern ring. It runs off of fear. Are you feeling a little bit anxious or nervous or scared? Yeah. So it amplifies his power by like a factor of 100, maybe more. I don't think Laser Eyes is going to do anything, man. He's just going to create like a yellow shield and just block it. Look, I know. Yeah, I've never told you to run away from a fight before. You should probably run away from this fight now. How was that?
I think it came out good. It sounded like I was writing, but it sounded very.
The ultraviolet lantern core? Ouch. I have not. I'm going to edit this and get it ready for posting tomorrow.
I want to mute. I don't need to mute my whole screen. I just need to mute you. Mute that right there. My hair's still not grown enough, and I need to trim it and get it into shape.
Yeah.
Hal, you're one of the strongest Green Lanterns ever. If you look up the definition of willpower, it has a picture of you. And for some reason, Guy Gardner. But we're not talking about that. If you're having issues with an evil Superman, you have one of 3 options. And you are one of them. So if you are having problems, you get Guy Gardner. Oh. Okay. Well, if he's busy and you are having problems, your third option would be to put your head between your legs and kiss your... I could have swore I heard somebody else. Let's rewind real quick. What is this Superman wearing? It's not an alternate universe Superman. His name is Homelander. You shouldn't have this much trouble with... Well, he's an off-brand trash bandit Superman. Evil, though, obviously, as you know. Create a big giant hand and backhand him. Okay. Now clap really loud with the second hand. I'm not joking. Clap. Yeah, see? His weakness is sound and milk and mommy issues and daddy issues and a whole slew of things mentally. Oh, right. He's in your universe. Oh, shit. Homelander's in your universe and you have lantern rings. Take him out now!
I really enjoyed his weakness is sound and milk and mommy issues and daddy issues.
I'm sorry. It's just, I couldn't.
That was great.
All right. I'm gonna go with it. Even like that felt good enough. I'll take a look at it. You know what? I'm gonna send it to you. This is what I'm gonna do. I'll send it to you.
We should put
Dropbox
those,
or
we should
Discord.
post those a little bit apart from each other.
Do you liked it? Like that's good. Just edit that and put it out. All right.
I liked it, but like so, I'm gonna edit mine right now. We should drop yours like the end of the week or the weekend, just so that we're not dropping two different Homelander videos against lantern rings one after the other.
Yeah. Or should we?
So one is the Yellow Lantern Yautja,
but he's not fighting Hal Jordan.
What?
But they're not fighting Hal Jordan.
Right, but they're fighting Homelander in his universe.
Uh-huh. We never say what happens, and now Homelander's in their universe. Your video first, my video second. He fled from his own universe into the DC universe.
And that could set up the Homelander versus Superman fight. Which Homelander should fucking lose so badly, by the way.
So fucking lose. Yeah. See, that's the thing. You could I think you could argue that Homelander could get a slew of different rings. Smart might help the algorithm. Yeah, if we can get Monday he drops his video, Wednesday I drop mine, or Tuesday I drop mine, whatever we want. Basically, if we drop them next to each other while having a Homelander versus Superman set up and ready, do you think you could do Homelander versus Superman?
Has the comic come out yet?
No. I like that's already been a thing. Like you could look it up and like that...
we could set it up and then just comment on it, but not actually have the fight and be like, okay, so you've got a green, but he couldn't use a Green Lantern.
No. He would not. Here's the thing. In that universe, if you are feared enough, you're greedy enough, you have enough willpower or something like that, the Green Lanterns are the one that like they have a regular Lantern Corps. When it's available, it's available. Everything else is subjective. Everything else is like, hey, does this person have enough greed to get an orange ring? And it's all based on whether or not the writers really want to toss it out there. It's not if it's available. Now, the orange ring has its own storyline thing. I'm aware that it's willpower. But with the Green Lanterns, Lantern Corps, their particular core, they go and protect the whole universe, right? And each universe has a section. Each section has several subsections. In those several subsections, you have a lantern that has a section, has an area that they patrol. And when a Green Lantern dies, that ring becomes available. They have a certain number of rings. They sometimes craft more, but usually they don't. And when a lantern dies, whoever is nearest to that ring then gets that ring. And it's how we actually get the first earthbound lantern, is because a lantern was fighting, fell into Earth, bam, became New Earth. And that is how they actually introduce new sections. 90% of the time, it is fight happened in this section, lantern died, somebody in this world had enough willpower for the ring to go to it, bam, new thing. And this is for everyone here to know. Wake up. I think you already know this. And that's how the Green Lantern movie was awesome. I'm sorry, what?
Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Levi, don't break. Keep talking. Don't break. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Keep me calm, kitty. Oh, goes Fraba. Goes Fraba. You didn't break. Did I get my meds? I got my normal one, but I didn't get the I'm going to go into turn into Hulk if people keep saying no, kidding. Objectively, it was a bad movie. Objectively, it was bad. I will say, product of its time, Ryan should have never been the Green Lantern. But outside of that, it was a fucking cool movie. Like, when it came out and it did poorly, I was still young enough to go, oh, that's cool. Objectively, though, it's a bad movie. There are too many plot holes, especially if you know the Lanterns. The newest movie that came out that we saw Guy Gardner in, right, where he just say what you want about Nathan being the Lantern. One, he's a big fucking nerd. He knew exactly how Guy Gardner. He looks the part. He acts the part. They made it look effortlessly, and people bitched about that. But at the same time, that fit. He asked to be Guy Gardner. He didn't want to be Hal. I'd like to point that out. He did not want to be Hal. He fit Guy Gardner 100%.
Yeah.
That was a great, and mind you, I haven't seen the movie. I've just seen a lot of clips from him. And every clip I've seen of Guy Gardner, Nathan as Guy Gardner, 100%, I'm like, well, yeah, that's Guy Gardner.
No, remind me on Guy Gardner. Was he always a Green Lantern, or was he a different Lantern Corps at one point?
I think there's a storyline where he was a different one at one point.
Okay.
But that's kind of like all of them, to be honest. All of them have flip-flopped at some point. But here's how it goes. You have Hal Jordan. It goes. Some I would need the list of them. I can tell you, because I wound up forgetting names. Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner are the three that people names that people remember. There's a bunch of other names too, but when you go power scale, Hal has the most willpower. John is probably the most creative, and Guy Gardner is just ridiculously overpowered across the board. He makes all his contracts usually very simple, except for when he literally replaces his entire organs and everything to keep himself alive in a thing. When you think of power, not a willpower, but just insane amount of being able to do things, you think of Guy Gardner. When you think of the willpower, because the rings have a failsafe that prevent them from harming your own self, Hal was able to override that with sheer willpower and off himself. That is like one of the prime examples of like just how much willpower that man has.
Yeah.
Jon Stewart is just insanely creative. He could take a sliver of power and use it to the most of its ability, like the most of it.
J. Cameron 02, you could not make me not watch a movie faster than by doing that. If Jared Leto is in a project, I will not watch it. I refuse. Which is really annoying because I want to see the He-Man movie.
I do too. I just don't want to watch it because of that fucker. Sorry.
If he's part of it, I don't want him. I don't want them to have any money. Not even the minute cents they get from replays on streaming platforms. Now, if it does super crazy well in theaters, people are going to ask for videos, and I'm probably going to have to do it. But
that's one thing me and you need to talk about. Like,
I don't want to.
I don't want to either. But like, we'd have to. We should have that conversation off screen. I don't think it matters. Like, there's so much media. I've got a question. We've got 36 people. I've got a question for you guys. We've talked about this a few times, but we haven't really asked you guys about it. If me and Chris were to do like a reaction type of content, to kind of like I just spaced his name. He's one of the largest ones in reaction content too.
Not everyone can know who he is. Just reaction style content.
Reaction style content to TVs, videos, shows, that kind of stuff, the episode, everything. But when we pause it, we don't just pause it and be like, oh my God, that's so cool. And like, we talk about like what type of video we would do. Right? Is that something that you'd be interested in? Reaction style content where we talk about what kind of video we would do. Irving is like super fast. No.
So no, you don't want to see that kind of content, Irving?
Chris was Levi Markin said start a poll. You would not watch that, sorry. It's hard to do decent reaction content, I guess, yes. We're getting mixed results. That's the thing I'm afraid of, is that like a lot of people,
instead of reaction content, what if we just did our honest opinions about stuff we'd watched recently?
and I think that would work fine. But it's also a matter of like, maybe we should have have the conversation similar to this style. Like, hey, what did you watch today? Like, all right, I saw that. I like that. Oh, what did you watch? But I feel like that's more of a podcast-y kind of thing.
Yeah. Speaking of podcasts, we've been talking about doing a villain support podcast for the longest time. We just haven't had the time and the energy to do it. That's one thing that I really want to do. Would you all want a villain support podcast? Conversations about current series, old series, etc., and the villains in them?
Do you have somebody to edit, or are we handling the editing?
We're probably editing it.
I don't have a problem with it. I just wanted to know.
But I mean, we can literally live stream it on here. And then just grab the live stream.
I think we need to grab a new background too. Let's change some of our backgrounds up. Get some more brighter backgrounds too. Sounds interesting. I agree with the podcast. It changes it entirely, and then you can do clips of that podcast versus the other thing. And if somebody likes the podcast and likes the conversation, we go from there. Now, the thing most podcasts is most of them are very, very scripted.
Yep. Steven, that's a long ways away, if ever. The closest you're going to get to that is me when I change into my Napa shirt, is me walking on the back of my computer monitor and dropping my shirt right here.
And as much as I want to do the Villain News Network again, which is definitely something I still want to do, and we do know the weakness that it had. It was still in the same vein of like, and I think Chris saw me how much work I was putting into those.
Yeah.
Those would take a few hours to like just script by itself, and then on top, and that was just reacting to the content that we put out that week. But there was a whole ass audience who enjoyed it. It was getting built pretty quickly, and then YouTube did its thing and killed the links and everything. And it's just so we would I'd listen, but please keep Levi as a main cat. Thank you, Jeremy. That's awesome.
Well, then we're not doing it. I'm just kidding. No, it would be us, and it'd be a chance for us to talk about, like, you know, it'd be fun to do once a week. Have some scripted or focused where it's like, hey, let's do this one on the Sailor Moon universe, on this and that, and we'd talk about the universe, talk about the villains in it, talk about how, you know, why did they lose, why did they win, who would be a good matchup for them outside of that universe, and then discuss, you know, what kind of calls could we do with those villains. Or ask the audience, comment and tell us what kind of calls you'd like to see us do with those villains. It doesn't need to be an hour long or 3 hours long. We're not looking to do a Joe Rogan experience length podcast.
Fuck Joe Rogan.
But like, you know, he does the 3.5 hour things, and it's like we're not doing that. But half an hour, yeah, that's easy. That's digestible, etc.
I quit or you quit? Why do you quit?
No.
No, Levi, you quit. Oh, okay, I get it. Monday's. We've got 2 sketches. Me and Chris are tired from various things. I've been burning the candle off of 2 ends because of all the fucking doctor's appointments and everything else.
I get it.
While I was trying to.
I have to be up super early tomorrow. Like I need to be up around 8 o'clock because I gotta head up to Asheville, North Carolina for an improv workshop tomorrow. That's why I am most of the day.
Okay.
So everyone have a good night. We're gonna hop off. I'm gonna go to bed. He's gonna do whatever he's gonna do. Maybe I'll go to bed.
Find out if kids put food away like I asked. Otherwise, I gotta go do it. Have a great night. I've done my close today already.
Have an happy day. Pretend he's somebody said. Have an happy day as a prime of the villain. Having an happy day. We'll retro to build your account. Have an happy day.